Hey, Kane. I heard the message you left on my answering machine. What do you mean you want to split up? What's up with you?
It makes no difference what's going on. I'm just informing you that we're splitting up. It's over. Who cares about the reasons?
Of course, I'm concerned. We recently got engaged. You just met my folks. Then you decide to split up? Of course, I want to know what's going on.
It's because of this.
Huh?
If you really want to know, I'll tell you. It's because we went to your parents' place. Being there made me realize that I needed to end my relationship with you.
I don't get it. What made you want to call off our engagement after meeting my parents?
Your parents are a bunch of jerks. Duh!
What?
You described growing up in a rural area. But I never imagined it was that far away. You have no neighbors. It took me 7 hours to get there in all. Every time we visit, I don't want to drive 4 hours after a 4-hour plane flight. It's absurd!
Wait, what? So it's all about the distance?
That's not everything. Everyone speaks with a Midwest accent. I scarcely understand what they're saying. That isn't proper English.
Kane, your English is perfect.
Anyway, it's simply too backwards for me. I've lived my entire life in the city, and I just can't stand it. If we got married, I'd have to travel to yokel country every year. I'm not going to put myself through that.
That's not fair, Kane. My mom and brothers greeted you warmly. Because it's so far away, they even stated we didn't have to come every year.
Quit talking! No way! You just aren't good enough for me.
Huh?
Come on, now. Take a look at my house. For Pete's sake, it's called Millionaire's Row. We're from different classes. We shouldn't be together.
Kane, how stupid can you be? You consider yourself sophisticated because you live in a city?
Not to think. I am aware of that. I was born and raised here. New York! New York! I'm a true city boy. In contrast to you. So forget about the engagement. You're a level higher if you marry someone more. Maybe a cousin?
That's okay. After hearing all of that, I'm not sure I want to marry you. The engagement is over. Please don't contact me again.
Why would I want to chat to a country bumpkin? You look so cool kicking butt at work, and you managed to keep your accent hidden. It was disgusting. I should have recorded myself and displayed it to everyone in the office.
You know what the worst part about dating a coworker is? Having to put up with immature, dumb ex-partners. All right. As a result, we'll be coworkers in the same office from now on. Simply stay in your lane and don't bother me.
Doris, I believe you have heard from your supervisor, but I'd like to inform you as well. I'm leaving. I'm going to be married. I'll be departing at the end of this month. Thank you so much for everything.
I just heard. Congratulations. I had no idea you were dating someone.
Actually, he prefers to keep it a secret, but I'm going to tell you anyway because you're my coworker's sister. In sales, I'm marrying Kane.
What?
So, please don't think of me as your sister any longer. Consider me the lady Kane chose over you. Doris, I really appreciate it. Kane and I met because you got dumped by him. So thank you for getting dumped. Ha ha ha.
Wait. Wait a second. So you knew I was dating Kane? We didn't inform anyone at work.
Of course I knew. Kane told me explicitly, stupid.
Sorry if this is too direct, but you should not marry Kane. Kane and I recently broke up last month. He's not the kind to date for a month and then commit like that.
Oh, Doris. I believe you're perplexed. I didn't say we were only together for a month.
Huh?
You're as slow as a cow, exactly like Kane said. You're a bumpkin stereotype. I've been with Kane for a year.
Please excuse me?
I knew he was with you, and I also knew about the engagement. But what can I say? I fell in love with him. So I was with him anyway, even if I was only his second girlfriend after you. Doris, you and some others blew it. It's the single nicest thing that has ever occurred to me. I can finally marry the man I adore.
No. It can't be. So he had been cheating on me for a year? With a girl in the same office?
Kane is the team's leading salesperson. And you're renowned as the office's best worker. I felt I'd never have a chance because it appeared like a perfect match. But Kane chose me in the end.
I suppose so. I had no idea things would turn out this way.
Doris, I learned about you from Kane. You're from nowhere, it stinks like cow excrement, and when you go back home, you talk with a strange hillbilly accent. I can't believe I admired a redneck hick like you. I assumed you were from the city, like I am. How disheartening.
What difference does it make where I'm from?
Of course, where you come from is essential. A rustic pumpkin is never going to be elegant. You know, you can't purchase taste or class. Those are characteristics that you are born with.
So you think snatching a colleague's fiancé is classy? Are you a sophisticated city girl?
Completely. Born in New York and raised in New York. Tribeca is where I grew up. Do you even understand what that implies in terms of my background?
Isn't this a wealthy neighborhood?
Very wealthy. There is someone for everyone. Growing up in such surroundings, they grew up with elegance and class.
Perhaps you were born in a Tribeca ditch. That would be appropriate for your personality.
Huh? You're from a backwards place, and you're going to mock me? Do you believe a farmer can talk to me like that? I'm sure you sent a horse to school.
Do you believe that coming from the rural is inferior? You're the one who is backwards.
That is why you aren't a good fit for Kane. A rustic redneck is unfit to marry Kane, a smart city lad. So, please go out of the city where you clearly do not belong and leave us to our glamorous lives.
You're the one leaving, you'll need a snob.
What?
Oh, no. My language is being influenced by my conversation with a scumbag. I probably shouldn't be talking about ditch babies too much.
What?
So, I'm afraid I'll have to let you go. Congratulations on your scumbag marriage. I doubt either of you will have a glamorous city future, but best of luck with everything.
Doris! Emergency! Help! The corporation has decided to relocate Kane to Minnesota.
Oh! Congratulations. I suppose you'll be going with him when you retire and marry. I hope you two had a good time in Minnesota.
I'm not going to appreciate life in the country.
That could be correct. It will shortly begin to snow. The winters there are brutal. Please take care of yourself.
No! You mentioned that I was on my way out yesterday. Were you aware of this?
I wouldn't say I was aware. I believe I had a hunch.
What do you mean by a hunch? How did you find out about the relocation? Why would they do something like this? Kane has the most impressive sales statistics. Why is he being deported to the outback? It's illogical.
You two are the ones who are illogical.
Huh?
People are judged and labeled as classy or inferior based on where they were born or grew up. I can't believe people think like that.
But it's correct. We are from the never-sleeping city. It's the world's business center.
You are aware that many New Yorkers come from outside the city. Our company employs more than half of its workforce from outside of the state.
What is the main point? The pumpkin can be taken out of the country, but the country cannot be taken out of the pumpkin. They are simply low-wage employees who have to relocate to the city in order to find job.
Right. Can you say that in front of the company's president? He is originally from Minnesota.
What?
He is, indeed, from Minnesota. You didn't realize that? Kansas is the state of the vice president. In addition, I believe the senior managing director is from Nebraska.
Isn't anyone from New York?
In high management, no. So I have a question for you. What is a sophisticated city girl doing working for such a deplorable, outdated company? The managers are all country bumpkins who moved to the city in search of work. Oh, and you may not realize that because you're from here, but our company has several groups that meet based on their location. Minnesota Mixer and Kansas Club are two examples.
What? That is something I've never heard of.
We actually had a Minnesota Mixer the other day. The president personally showed up.
Did you inform the president about me?
I wasn't required to inform him. He was well aware.
What?
Lonnie, news spreads quickly in the country. He'd heard through the grapevine that I'd brought Kane to meet my folks. He appears to have a friend who lives near my parents' home.
What the heck is going on? That's insane.
I'm aware. But that's the thing about country folk, we're all connected by chance. The president was so pleased for us that he paid for everyone's dinner in honor of our engagement. Then Kane called off the engagement. I felt terrible about the whole incident, so I had to apologize to everyone and inform them that the wedding had been canceled.
Everyone? Even the president?
Yes, of course. He was irritated since he is quite proud of his rustic country origins. So I had a feeling he'd do something like this.
We were sent to Minnesota solely for that purpose.
Just look it up for a time and you'll be allowed to return. Consider it a personal development journey.
The issue is that we can't return immediately away. It's the longest relocation order in the company's history. 5 years. Doris, he told us not to return for 5 years.
What?
How will we survive? We were both born and reared in the city. We can't live in some uneducated rural hick town in Minnesota.
You'll be all right, Lonnie. Grab a Juicy Lucy and some cheese curds and the time will fly by, don't you think? Best wishes to you both.
No! What kind of wedding gift is this? My life is ruined.
Please, Doris. Come along with me while I relocate. Of course, as my wife.
Huh?
You're my only option. Doris, marry me.
What's the matter with you? You have a sophisticated, classy, and attractive Tribeca city girl, don't you?
Lonnie abandoned me. She refused to relocate to the middle of nowhere, so she dumped me.
Oh. You don't say anything.
I'm going to have to go it alone. I've never shoveled snow, and their accents seem foreign to me. Doris, you're the only one who can help me. You're the only person who can help me get through this.
That is not my concern. The president directed you to relocate, not me.
But Doris, I recently completed my first Zoom meeting with the Minnesota office, and they're all aware of what transpired between us. I'm screwed if I show up without you.
You've got to be kidding.
I was speaking with one of the men at the Minnesota office. Your grandfather is apparently a large landowner in that area. They know I went there after the engagement to meet your folks. So they continue to congratulate me on our marriage.
Word spreads quickly. I know it'll be difficult, but please inform everyone about what happened and tell them that I have nothing to do with you anymore.
How am I going to go about doing that? They'll have lunch with me. They're all friendly to me since they think I'm marrying into a wealthy family. Even the branch manager is looking down on me.
Oh, I believe the branch manager is acquainted with my grandfather.
I'm not going to be able to tell them all what happened. Please, please, please marry me. I need to make this a reality or I'll be in big danger.
As I already stated, it is not my concern. Stop attempting to entangle me in this. Remember how we broke up?
Doris, don't be so chilly. I know you want to spend time with me. Come back to me and stop acting tough. This time I'll marry you for real.
Aw,
Please get married to me. I can't go to that office without you.
I can't. In fact, I'm already married.
Give me a minute.
Our engagement ended the moment I told my mom. And she quickly matched me with her friend's son. He, too, lives in the metropolis.
What? So you got married to him? Already?
Yeah. He never dismisses my family. He understands the advantages and disadvantages of city and country living. He's also a lot of fun to be around. Oh, and he finds my accent endearing.
Okay, I see. I'll never mock people from the countryside. I'm not going to giggle at your accent anymore. So just don't desert me.
You're the one who dumped me. Don't play the victim.
Doris, so you're going to abandon me in Minnesota for 5 years? 5 years away from the city. That's longer than the Olympics.
Who told you you'd be back at headquarters in 5 years?
What do you mean?
I heard you'll be transferred from regional office to regional office after Minnesota. From Kentucky to Iowa.
What?
Officially, it's because your sales numbers are excellent, despite your heinous personality. So it's to enhance sales in the regional offices.
What about unofficially?
I'd say retaliation for disrespecting good-natured country folk.
This cannot be happening.
You'll be all right. Country living is lovely. Kane, enjoy the slow life. Bye. The story of our engagement being called off, as well as Kane's numerous obscenities directed at people from the country, eventually traveled through the rumor mill. As a result, everyone at the regional office in Minnesota was naturally disappointed to see him. They've been hostile and critical of his every move at work. I'm not sure if Lonnie is aware of any of this. But, speaking of Lonnie, she discovered that growing up in Tribeca was a bit of a stretch. She slept in a friend's apartment for a month, according to a coworker, and has been talking about growing up there ever since.
Hey, William. Why aren't you coming home? Are you gonna be late tonight? Today must be your busy day, darling.
You're still awake? Don't you have to work tomorrow?
You weren't calling or texting me, so I was worried I can't go to sleep. I'm waiting for you to come home.
No, Jasmine. You don't have to wait for me to come home. Just go ahead and sleep without me. I'll feel guilty if you do stay up because of me. And you don't even have to contact me if I don't come home.
William, I was worried you got into some sort of trouble.
But I always come home late. It's not unusual, right? It's already past 12. Isn't it obvious that I won't come home tonight?
I thought you would come home by this morning. So I was thinking whether I should unlock our house's front door for you before I fall asleep.
You can decide that for yourself. I don't care if I come home and I'm locked out of our house. I can just call you anyways.
Okay, if you say so. But it's so difficult to at least let me know if you're not coming home. I always make dinner for the two of us because I don't know if you'll be coming home for dinner. It's not that hard to answer my calls or texts.
Look, Jasmine. I was just really busy. I don't have time to check my phone to see if I got a call or a text from you. If you don't make dinner for me, I can just order takeout or something. So don't worry about making me dinner. It's a waste of time. Because you're working too. So it would be unfair of me to expect you to make me dinner every night.
I want to have dinner with you because you're not spending as much time with me recently. I don't remember the last time we had a real conversation. Can't you take a day off work and spend time with me once in a while? We're a married couple, not roommates. We need to spend time with each other more often.
I already told you I'm going to be a little more busy with work from now on. Don't you remember? Can you leave me alone? I'm already overwhelmed from work. I don't have the time to worry about our relationship right now.
Really? Why are you talking to me that? Okay, forget it. But I have to ask you something. Our neighbors saw you on the street.
What? Who's that?
It's Peter.
So where did he see me?
He saw you at the new outlet mall by our house. It was when you had the day off work. Why didn't you invite me to go with you? What were you doing there without me?
I was just going there for business reasons. I wasn't going there to go shopping.
So you're working on your day off? Your company let you work that much?
Even on my day off, I need to establish business relationships with some people. That's my job.
I don't think your job has anything to do with visiting an outlet mall.
You wouldn't understand. Are you saying I'm actually just fooling around when I'm supposed to be working?
I'm not saying that.
Are you trying to tell me Peter saw me with another woman or something?
He didn't say anything like that.
Then stop saying things as if I'm doing something suspicious. It kind of annoys me. How you bring these things up? I'm not having an affair if that's what you're thinking.
What? Really, William? I was just saying that we should go out on a date. We haven't gone out on a date for over half a year. So I think it'll be a good idea.
We've been married for 3 years, Jasmine. So not going on dates is not an unusual thing. Lots of couples don't go on dates for a long time after they're married. Why don't you go out with friends for a change? It's definitely better instead of just working and waiting for me to come home. Your depressing personality comes from being cooped up at home.
Is that what you've been thinking of me this whole time? I can't believe it.
You haven't noticed? Every time I come home from work, I have to see your gloomy face. It makes me feel depressed too. That's why I don't want to come home every night.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you felt that way. I didn't mean to make you feel bad.
You were so outgoing before I married you. What happened to you anyways? You should find a different thing to do besides work and monitoring what I do all the time. And why don't you think about working on improving your appearance a little bit? You look like an old woman. The way you've dressed now.
What?
It's not attractive.
Do you really think that? All right. I'll work on looking better a little bit more from now on.
I'm tired. So I'm going to go to sleep now. It's too late to be texting you. I have work at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
You're going to sleep? Do you have a place to stay already? Where are you?
I'm staying in a hotel near my company. It'll be easier to commute to work tomorrow. I told you that I have a place to sleep near work before, right? It annoys me how you're suspicious of every little thing. That's why I don't want to come home.
You aren't coming home again tonight?
No, I'm not coming home. Don't wait for me. I'm working overtime.
Please, I need you to come home tonight. I have something important to talk to you about.
You have something important to tell me? I don't really want to talk to you now. I don't want to come home just to talk to you. I'm too busy. Can't you just tell me over text if it's urgent? What is it? I will be hearing it. So hurry up and tell me, make it short. I have to get back to work.
But I would prefer to tell you this in person.
You're being too persistent. Just spit it out. I don't have all day.
I didn't want to tell you this over text. But, okay. You're having an affair, William?
What? That's what you wanted to say to me? Don't be ridiculous. Are you trying to pick a fight with me again?
Just tell me the truth. You're having an affair, aren't you?
No. I'm not having an affair with anyone. Where the heck did you get that idea? I work all day to support the two of us. And that's what you're accusing me of doing? What is wrong with you? I didn't know you were the type of person who would accuse people so easily without proof.
All right, if you want evidence. I saw you with a woman a few days ago while you were going inside an apartment with her. Just the two of you.
What? When did you see something like that?
I saw you two just yesterday. After work, you left the company building and met up with her, right? You two were even holding hands like a couple.
Wait! Why were you there? Were you following me?
So what? I was suspicious of your whereabouts.
That's disgusting! How can you do something like that to me? I can't believe you would be so desperate that you would follow your husband home from work. That's so creepy.
Why are you acting like this? I didn't do anything wrong. You're the one who was having an affair. Don't you have any remorse for your actions?
Why would I feel remorse for anything? There is no point feeling guilty. Now that you found out anyways, you don't have to worry about anything. I won't ask for a divorce from you. I'll still fulfill my duties as your husband. I'm not planning on staying with that woman for long. I'm not that serious with her.
What are you talking about? Why are you trying to act like you didn't do anything wrong?
Well, it's not my fault. I cheated on you. I had an affair because I'm just not attracted to you anymore.
What?
You used to be so attractive. You were very pretty in my eyes. But I guess in the past year you turned into a plain old wife. You're boring. I guess it's true that beauty doesn't last forever. I got tired of your boring appearance. I wanted someone new and beautiful. I'm just saying that I don't feel the same way as on our wedding. But anyways, no worries. I have no intention to divorce you. You're not bad as a wife.
You don't want to divorce me? Why?
Well, you're over 30 now, right? You're not young anymore. It's too late for you to divorce me and start a new life. It'll probably be impossible for you to remarry or get an apartment with your salary. Our parents get along with each other and we have a pretty stable lifestyle. You won't get anything out of getting a divorce. You'll only be miserable.
I don't think it's a matter of whether I get something out of getting a divorce. You prefer to spend time with your new girlfriend than me, right? You told me that I'm not attractive to you anymore. Why would you stay married to someone who you're no longer attracted to?
Well, I think the affair and our married life are two separate things. I still prefer to be married to you even though I'm more attractive to the other women.
I don't think so. How can you have that thought?
What? What does that mean? You want to divorce me?
I can't answer that for sure right now. I'll have to think about it, but I'm seriously considering it.
Are you serious? Just because I had a little affair? Do I have to pay your spousal support?
That fact that I was cheated on, so I'm the victim. You're saying you want someone else besides me, but you still date other girls. I don't understand what you're thinking.
Are you jealous of my new girlfriend?
What? Why would I be jealous?
I got you. You're frustrated that I chose her over you. But there's nothing you can really do about it. She's beautiful and charming.
There's nothing I can do about it?
If you're so jealous, why don't you have an affair too? You'll understand how I feel for sure. Go get some guys and date them. But I guess it would be too hard to find a guy who would want to date you at your age.
I can't believe what you're saying.
If you want to get back at me, try having an affair yourself.
So you wouldn't complain if I went to see another man? You wouldn't be angry even a little?
No, of course not. I wouldn't feel jealous or anything. If you did something like that, in fact, I might even be a little happy.
I don't understand you. You're a horrible person.
You can call me like whoever you want. Now there's nothing you can do about it. This happened all because you weren't attractive enough to me. It's all your fault.
Okay, I'll date a man too. I hope you don't come crying to me later.
Okay, have fun. I can't believe you actually went ahead and did it. Are you kidding me?
What did I do?
You actually had an affair. I can't believe you would actually go and meet another man as soon as I allowed it.
What are you talking about?
You did that only because I egged you on about having an affair, right? Why don't you tell me truth?
No, I really don't know what you're talking about.
You told me you're going to meet up with another man. And today you went outside in a pretty dress. I thought it was suspicious, so I followed you.
Didn't you say I was being creepy when I did that last time? Don't you remember, William?
You did it first, so it doesn't matter if I do it. I saw you meet a man at a restaurant on the street. You two went into a hotel together.
So what if I did?
Let's get a divorce then.
What? Didn't you say you didn't want to?
I can get a divorce from you now that you're the bad guy. I took a picture of you meeting with him, so now I have proof. Now you'll be the one paying me after the divorce. The court will be in my favor.
You were setting up a trap?
You don't have proof that I had an affair, right? You probably didn't even take a picture. Not any physical evidence. It'll just be your words against mine. But I bet you'll be fine. The guy you met today looked pretty rich. Why don't you marry him after then? I'll bet he'll get tired of you soon, though. You're boring after all.
William, you seem to be confused. The man I just met today is your girlfriend's husband.
What? My girlfriend's husband? I can't believe you. You slept with my girlfriend's husband just to spite us. Are you crazy?
I met her husband to have a conversation. We had a lot to talk about. We were going there to meet the lawyer.
It wasn't just the two of you having an affair?
Of course. I would never have an affair. I'm not like you. I can prove that I wasn't having an affair with him too.
But you met this man. So that means you told him about our relationship. You told him everything?
Yeah.
Of course.
You've made everything more complicated.
You should know one thing. This man is very rich. And he hates to be cheated. At first, he's gonna rip you two apart, but I successfully convince him not to do then.
Oh, you're smart, Jasmine.
But I told him to do that after the court.
What? Are you being serious?
No, absolutely not.
I'm sorry, Jasmine. Please convince him again not to do that. I don't want to die.
You might not die, but I don't promise anything. So, you got it all? I think everything is clear and we're done now.
No, Jasmine. Wait!
After that, William finally signed the divorce papers. He went into debt after having to pay for alimony and the divorce settlement. His girlfriend was a temporary worker at the company he was working. She and her husband got a divorce not long after. Their boss knew about the affair after hearing it from one of the employees. I heard later he fired ex-husband and terminated the contract with the girlfriend for having an inappropriate relationship at work. William then had to find a job to make ends meet. But no company agreed to hire him. Because his girlfriend's ex-husband is a CEO in the town, he told everything company to hire William. It's easy to understand that no one wanted to disobey him. William then had to move to a new state. I haven't heard about him for a while and I don't care though. I'm happy to free of that jerk.
Hey Lisa, I need some advice. Valentine's Day is coming up, and I want to get a great gift for my girlfriend. Any ideas?
How would I know what your girlfriend likes? You don't even know her preferences. How would I know?
Hey, take it easy. I just need your suggestions precisely, because I don't know, we've only been dating for a few months. How would I know her preferences? What does your boyfriend usually give you? I just want a little advice. Can't you tell me what your boyfriend gives you?
No, I don't know.
Or maybe he gives you some unique gifts that you don't want to tell me, is that right?
Oh, Mark, I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't really have any ideas. I already said that's not it. I haven't received any gifts.
Wait, what? No gift for 3 years? You've been together for almost 4 years and he doesn't give you anything on Valentine's Day? That's kind of strange. What does he usually do then?
Well, he's always super busy on Valentine's Day. Every year, We just end up going out for dinner the night before, and that's it. No flowers, no special gifts, just dinner.
Oh my gosh! Your boyfriend is stingy or what?
I don't know either. We've had 3 Valentine's Days, and he never mentioned anything about gifts.
That sounds underwhelming. I mean, Valentine's Day is a big deal for most couples, right? If I were in your shoes, I'd have a serious conversation with Otis. It's like he's not making any effort to make the day special for you.
Yeah, it does bother me a bit, but he's always so swamped with work, and he says he shows his love in other ways. I'm not sure how to bring it up without making him feel bad.
I get that, but come on, Lisa, you deserve to feel special on Valentine's Day too. Maybe you should just have an honest conversation with him. Tell him how you feel, and see if there's a way you both can find a compromise. It's important that both of you feel appreciated in the relationship.
You're right, Mark. I'll talk to him about it. I just hope he understands where I'm coming from. If he doesn't, I don't know. Maybe you're right, and I should reconsider things.
Exactly, Lisa. A small gift is enough to show his care and love. You're not asking for too much. But at least there should be some attentiveness in the relationship. You deserve someone who goes the extra mile to make you feel loved, especially on Valentine's Day. So stay calm and see how he thinks.
In general, I'm already used to him not giving me gifts, so I'm mentally prepared. By the end of Valentine's Day. Hey babe, just a little reminder, it's Valentine's Day today.
Oh, hey Lisa. Yeah, I know, but I'm on this business trip. I just can't make it back in time to celebrate. I'm really sorry. We can have a dinner the day after then, okay?
Well, it seems like you're always busy on this day, Otis. Every year, you're either working or have some last-minute trip. It's just hard for me to understand why Valentine's Day isn't important to you.
I know it might seem that way, but you know how demanding my job can be. I promise I'll make it up to you once I'm back, okay?
Otis, it's not just about making it up afterward. Why is that? Do you even consider me your girlfriend?
What's so special about it is that you're making such a fuss. No matter what day it is. I still have to go to work. It's not beneficial to me at all. It's just that this business trip was unavoidable.
I can't believe what you're saying. Why do you consider this day just an ordinary day? While other guys are busy buying gifts and flowers for their girlfriends, and what about you? You are such a jerk.
Lisa, don't get too angry. I don't want to make you sad, but I genuinely don't understand why Valentine's Day is so important. I don't see it as a special day.
I thought you wanted to surprise me. But by the end of the day, I didn't receive any gifts. Do you know how disappointed I am? It's not just about a special dinner. It's about feeling like we're a priority in each other's lives.
But for me, love doesn't depend on Valentine's Day. I always try to show my love and care every day, not just on one day of the year.
I want to believe you. But I'm tired of feeling like Valentine's Day is just another ordinary day for us. I'm just a normal girl, and I also want my boyfriend to care and give me a small bouquet. But you can't even do that. You said that you would take care of me, but you haven't paid attention to me. Even once Valentine's Day is just an excuse for me to see if you remember me or not.
Lisa, I've told you before, my job is demanding, and I couldn't help it. It's not like I wanted to forget or be on a business trip. I can't always control my work schedule, Lisa.
For the past 3 years, you never thought about my feelings on these special days. It's not just about the trip, Otis, it's about the fact that you don't seem to care. You don't even try to make it up to me, and you don't value the importance of this day to me.
Look, I don't want to argue, but I can't just apologize for something I couldn't control. I have responsibilities at work, and you should understand that by now.
I do understand your work is important, but you're in control of how you show your love and appreciation. I also used to think that love is enough. But now I understand that you don't care about love days, and you don't even care about me.
Well, it's just a gift. What do you like? So I can buy it for you.
I don't need it anymore. I don't even ask you to buy expensive gifts for me. I just want you to be by my side on days like this. All over 3 years, we just went out for dinner on the day before. Then you always got busy on the right Valentine's Day. Do you know how lonely I was?
Fine, if it's that important to you, I'm sorry that I couldn't be there on Valentine's Day. As for the gift, I will give it to you later.
Forget it. It's better if you don't see me for a while or else I'll get furious. It's not just about the apology, Otis, it's about us being on the same page.
You're really hard to understand.
After Valentine's Day.
Hey Lisa, I hope you're doing all right. Just wanted to check in and see how your Valentine's Day went.
Hey Mark, thanks for asking. Honestly, it was pretty disappointing. Otis wasn't around, and he didn't even mention Valentine's Day until I reminded him. It feels like he just doesn't prioritize our relationship on these special occasions.
Wow, again? That's really frustrating. It's like he doesn't even acknowledge how important these moments are for you.
I can't help but be worried about you, Lisa.
This isn't the first time he's let you down on significant days.
I know, Mark, and it's been bothering me a lot. I don't understand why he doesn't see how much this means to me. I want to believe he's just busy with work, but it's hard when he doesn't make any effort, even after I remind him.
Yeah, it's understandable to feel that way. I hate to even suggest this, but have you ever considered the possibility that he might have someone else? I mean, it just seems odd that he wouldn't even mention Valentine's Day until you reminded him.
I've thought about it, Mark, but I don't think that's the case. He's been sharing photos from his business trip, and he's been in touch, albeit not as much as I'd like. I think he genuinely is just swamped with work. But it's starting to feel like he's using it as an excuse, you know?
I see what you mean. It's tough when you want to trust someone, but their actions make it hard to do so. Lisa, I can't help but feel you deserve better.
Thanks, Mark. I've decided that our 4th anniversary is going to be a turning point for us. It's the last chance for both of us to make a decision about where this relationship is going. I'm tired of feeling neglected, and I need to know if he's willing to step up and put effort into our relationship.
I think that's a fair approach, Lisa. You deserve clarity and respect in your relationship. Whatever happens, just know that I'm here for you, and I support whatever decision you make.
Thank you, Mark. Your support means the world to me. On the 4th anniversary day.
Hey Lisa, happy 4th anniversary. I made an effort to remember this day because I know it's important to you.
Aw, thank you, Otis. I appreciate that you remembered. It means a lot to me. Hey, how about we go out for a fancy dinner tonight to celebrate?
I wish I could, Lisa, but I have an important meeting with a potential client today. It's for a contract sign, and I can't afford to miss it. If this contract is signed, I'll have a chance for a promotion.
Again, Otis? You know how much this day means to me, and now you're prioritizing work over our anniversary? You're always about work time you open your mouth. Have you ever thought and prioritized me?
Lisa, work is truly important to me. But it doesn't mean I don't care about you. It's not that I don't care about our anniversary, Lisa. I'm doing all of this for our stable future. This contract could be a big opportunity for us. You know how demanding my job is. It doesn't mean I don't care about you. You are the most important thing in my life. But right now I need to prioritize my career.
You say that, but you always have a reason not to spend time with me. Sometimes I feel abandoned and neglected. Think about it. Can work truly bring real happiness? Are you sure you're not losing something important and valuable like our love?
I understand your thoughts and I'm sorry for making you feel that way. Please believe me. This job is not just for personal goals, but for our future as well. I'm trying my best and I hope you can understand and support me during this time.
I understand that, Otis, but I need you here with me, not just in the future, but right now too. We can't keep putting everything on hold for some distant future that may or may not come. I'm here, in the present, and I need your time and attention.
I get it, Lisa, but you know I'm doing this for us, for our future together. If this contract goes through, it could mean so much for both of us. I'm trying to build a stable foundation for our life together.
Sometimes I feel like I'm not being prioritized. Can't we find a way to balance work in our relationship? I want you to succeed, but I also don't want to lose a piece of our love.
Lisa, I do value you, and I'm sorry if it doesn't always seem that way. I'll try to find a balance between work and our relationship, but this client meeting is really crucial. I don't want to lose you and our love. Give me another chance to prove it.
How many times have you not considered me important? If you continue like this, I won't forgive you. You don't need to prove anything, just leave me alone.
Don't be like that, please. I promise this is the last time. I will spend time with you once I finish the work. If I succeed, we can celebrate together.
A few minutes later.
Hey, how's it going? Do you have a date tonight? You have been 4 years together. When will I have something like that?
No date. He's busy again.
Why is it like that?
Does he keep leaving you on important occasions like this? I can't accept that. Where is he? Let me ask him.
Forget about him. I don't want to talk about him anymore. Let him do his work. He said he has to meet a partner or a client or something.
Come on, Lisa. You shouldn't let him do whatever he wants. He will develop a habit of thinking that you will always forgive and overlook his actions. In general, you shouldn't be so easy with him.
Well, I don't know what to do now. I don't know what he's doing or who he's meeting. I'm saddened and can't stop thinking about his attitude and words.
You need to have a clear conversation with him. If he doesn't want to continue this relationship anymore, or if he doesn't love you anymore, then this love should come to an end. But if you don't dare to talk, let me discuss it with him.
Don't do that. Our matters should be resolved by us. After he finishes his work, I will take the initiative to meet him.
Don't be sad anymore. Let's go out for dinner tonight. It's been a while since the two of us had dinner together sometimes. We have to go out to improve our mood.
That's fine. You have to take me to a really nice dinner.
What do you want to eat? You can choose. Tonight, I'll treat you to a lavish meal.
I know a newly opened French restaurant. Actually, I was supposed to choose that restaurant for our 4th anniversary. Let's go there. I want to taste their newest dishes.
Let's meet at 8 o'clock tonight.
3 hours later. Damn it! Why didn't you pick up my phone? I'm not a puppet. Why did you treat me like a puppet? How would you explain being in a restaurant? You say you worked with clients, but your clients are weird, aren't they?
You misunderstood. That was indeed my customer. Whatever you see is not the truth at all. It's not like you think.
The clients not only brought along 2 children, but also continuously referred to you as dad. Are you seriously pretending you don't know me?
Okay, you're right. They're my family, Lisa. My wife and kids. We got married, and it's been like this for a while.
Oh my gosh! What the hell is going on? Are you kidding me, Otis? Your wife and your children? I have been by your side for so long without knowing this. I'm truly shocked. Why would you approach me if you already have a wife and child?
I know it sounds awful, but I was trapped in a boring life, Lisa. I found you, and I want to be with you. Please understand.
Understand? You lied to me for over 3 years, Otis. This is unforgivable. You're a jerk. How can you treat me like this? Don't you feel guilty towards your wife and child? You seem so polite and sophisticated, but behind that, you're a vile and perverted individual.
I just wanted to seek some new joy, but I don't want my wife to know about this.
You've cheated without any shame. Your wife should know about this and realize the wickedness of her husband. So throughout 4 years, I trusted a deceitful person like you.
I want to say this to you for a long time, but now that you found out, I don't want to explain anymore.
Whenever you said you were busy or had unexpected matters, you were actually with your wife, right?
You guessed it right. I couldn't let my wife know about my affair, so I always spent time with my family.
You cheated on your wife, and now you're cheating on me too?
Lisa, I don't want to get a divorce, especially for the sake of the children. Please, don't tell my wife about us.
It's too late for that, Otis. I can't be with someone who's already married. You've betrayed both of us. I'm going to find your wife and tell her the truth.
Please, Lisa, I'm begging you. It'll destroy everything. I'll figure this out, I promise.
I've never had such a terrible boyfriend like you. From now on, I'll consider you a stain in my life. How could I ever love someone like you? You made your choice, and I have to live with the consequences of my own actions too.
Lisa, please, just think about it one more time before you do anything. This will ruin everything I have.
I've thought about it, Otis, and my decision stands. It's time to face the truth and deal with the mess you've created. After everything that happened, it took me a long time to come to terms with what just occurred. I never could have imagined that James would turn out to be this kind of person. He deceived not only his wife but also deceived me. Unintentionally, I became the third person in this situation. It's a lesson for me, and I believe I need to thoroughly understand who the man by my side is and what kind of relationships he has. That can help me avoid unwanted situations. As for Otis, I don't care about him anymore, but I guess his wife will probably suggest a divorce. Because no one can accept their spouse having an affair with someone else for 4 whole years.
Do you have a minute? We need to talk.
Yeah, I'm okay. What's wrong?
Did you happen to go out earlier today around lunch? I saw you walking with a strange guy. I never see him before.
Are you sure about that? Did you mistake me for someone else?
I'm sure it was you. I wasn't in my office much at all today besides early this morning. I was kept pretty busy running around town today. I think it's 2 o'clock that I saw you walking with someone up to a restaurant.
Well, even if I was with someone today, what does that matter to you? Just because you saw me walking around with someone doesn't mean you're gonna accuse me of cheating.
You're right. Just walking around with someone ordinarily wouldn't be a big deal. But you certainly have never dressed like that to go for a restaurant. At least with me. And people also don't usually hold hands with their friends.
If you're accusing me of something, why don't you just outright say it?
And if you want to insist that this was just some friend that you were with, I'm gonna have to concern about how close you should be with our friends. Well, I'm willing to hear you explain this one.
You're really sure of yourself, then you're positive it was me. I guess that's that. It looks like there's no point trying to hide anything now. I should have been more careful. I can't believe this is how you find out.
So you admit it then? You've been cheating, haven't you?
What a clever little detective. Yes, you saw correctly. I was with someone earlier today, and it wasn't just a lunch at a restaurant. We're on a date.
What else?
Do you want to know about my day? Is this what you were wanting to hear? I don't really have anything else to say. I think we're done.
Hang on just a moment.
What do you want from me? I cheated and now you know we're over. There's nothing else to say about it.
Don't you think that I deserve a bit of an explanation? Do you even know who this guy is? Are you in a relationship with him? What did I do to make you want to cheat? You can't be seriously asking me that, Steve.
Of course, I know who it is. His name is Pete. He works at the biggest IT company in the country. I'm almost positive that he's making about $1 million a year. Can you even imagine making that kind of money, Steve?
I see it all makes sense now. You're only with him because of his money.
So what if I am? If you even wanted to think about trying to match that, your only option would be to change jobs. You don't make nearly as much as he does, but who cares now? Your career doesn't matter to me anymore. We're done. You're always going to be stuck working at that pathetic factory. You'd need to shut the whole thing down if you ever wanted to change your career.
We both know that'll never happen. I don't think there's anything wrong with my career or how much money I'm making. I really don't understand you. Can't believe that. You want to throw this relationship away over money.
You haven't got a clue, Steve. I already told you your pathetic career doesn't matter. We're done whether you believe it or not. Alright, you might be the manager of that factory in the future, but that's all you have. You're totally worthless.
Alright, that's enough. I don't want to hear any more. Thank you for clearing that all up for me. If you've made up your mind, fine by me. Promise me one thing though, Layla, don't come back crying to me when it all falls apart.
You've got to be kidding me. You've got quite an imagination. I understand there's no way you could get over me that easily.
No lasting relationship has ever started out of an affair. You'll see. Good luck to you.
Maybe you should put that towards trying to advance your career. Save your good luck, Steve. You might need it to hold together that mess of a factory you can barely keep going. Bye. I have some wonderful news. I'm sure you'll be excited to hear all about it, Stephen. I thought it would be so kind of me to share with you. I just feel awful if you still had feelings for me.
What are you talking about? I don't need any help moving on. I don't care. I don't need any updates. I already told him over it. Whatever it is, you should tell someone who will share your excitement.
So I want to make it easier for you to give up on the thought of us ever happening again. I know you're just trying to act, Steve. It's fine. That's why I will help. You don't have to thank me. Just try not to get too upset.
I guess you're gonna keep texting me no matter what I say so. So, hurry up whatever.
I got married, Steve.
You? Already? But when?
That's right. It wasn't long after our last conversation. We didn't want to waste any time.
Not long after? It's only been like a few days.
Yeah, 3 days after our conversation.
You weren't kidding about not wasting time?
Of course I wasn't kidding. This isn't a joke. Pete proposed me at a luxury place, so naturally. He really is just perfect. I can't believe I almost missed out on being with someone just so amazing. It's a good thing. I won't have to live with any regrets now. Pete's already told me how much he loves me, and the fact that we got married so soon shows that he is a man of action. I don't think he could be any more perfect. I'm so happy.
Sounds like he's great for you. You really do seem happy. I hope it makes it easier to keep working your job that you hate and always complain about.
Stop trying to ruin my good mood.
You're right. Sorry for ruining the mood.
You're only trying to bring me down since you're still feeling so miserable. I won't let that happen though. You should realize that you're only worth as much as you make. Everyone knows that. I almost feel bad for you. Someone like you can't even compare to Pete.
Sure, that sounds great. Is this still part of your news? Or are you done ranting now?
Stop acting like you don't care.
You said you were gonna share your excited news, and you've done that. It doesn't seem like you have anything else worth saying after that wonderful rant of yours. Does your fiancé know you're texting with me? Shouldn't you be spending time with your special new guy instead?
No, I didn't really mention it. I didn't think it was a big deal.
Of course you didn't anyway. Thanks again for that great update.
What? You really don't have anything else to say? Really?
No. Why would I? What needs to be said?
I don't know. I didn't think you'd react like this.
What did you expect? What were you hoping for exactly? Did you want me to get upset or angry? I told you I'm over it already. The whole situation is pretty hilarious. You actually married the guy you cheated with a couple of days after we broke up. It doesn't get much funnier than that. I've been laughing this whole time. I should be thanking you.
What is so funny?
So, congrats on your happy little marriage. I'm busy now. You should have to find someone else to share all that excitement with.
Hey, we need to talk, Steve. It's very serious. It's about Pete. There's something horribly wrong. Pete's supposed to be rich, but the paycheck income doesn't make any sense at all. He works at one of the biggest IT company, but he isn't making any money at all. How can he be making only $700 a month?
How did you find that out? Did you go looking at his pay slips or something?
Of course I did. It's a good thing I did, otherwise I wouldn't have known for even longer. I couldn't believe it. A measly $700.
You're right. That isn't very much money. It might be because he's only working a part-time job.
What do you mean a part-time job? Why would he be working a part-time job if he already has a job?
He does work in an IT company, but not full-time. He's only working there part-time and he doesn't really do much only part-time.
Only part-time.
I'm pretty sure he had only started working this job a year ago. Up until then he had just been living off his mother at home doing nothing. She probably got tired of him doing nothing and pushed him to start working at least part-time job.
He was living off his parents? Are you saying that Pete was a basement dweller?
That's a bit harsh but probably a good way to put it. I think he did live in the basement.
I didn't have any idea that he'd been mooching off his parents for so long, but, how do you know so much about Pete? He never talked about his work that much.
Because he was my stepbrother.
What? Really? Is he your brother?
No, he was. He isn't anymore.
What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense.
My mother passed away when I was only 3 years old. When I was in junior high, my father remarried someone who also already had a kid. I think we've talked about it before. I guess you don't remember, right? The woman my father remarried was Pete's mother. Anyway, my father and his mother got divorced a year ago. That's why I said he was my brother.
That means you aren't technically related anymore then.
Well, I don't think we were ever technically really related. That's very fortunate for me. He always hated me even from the first look. So it's not like we ever treated each other as siblings. Even though we aren't related or on good terms with one another, we live in the same area. It's not hard to hear about his situation through our neighbors. Word of mouth, you know.
I can't believe this. So you knew all about him from the beginning and you never told me. Why didn't you say something? Why didn't you correct me? I thought that he was rich.
Why would I do that? Are you seriously saying that to your fiancé?
But you could have said something.
Layla, I don't actually know all the things in the first place. When you say your new boyfriend name was Pete, I didn't know that's my stepbrother. But I did hire a detective to investigate your relationship. And it's quite easy to find out everything. Pete just brag about his salary to you. It's never easy to earn $1 million a year, Layla. But you were too greedy to realize that. And I had some conversation with Pete too.
What? Did you guys talk to each other?
It's pretty funny. Pete had said similar things to what you did before. He thought you were making a lot of money working at a salon. And that he was gonna hit the jackpot.
He said what?
Did you ever mention that your aunt was the only one working at a salon? Maybe he was under the impression that you were the one making all the money.
I think I may have mentioned something like that before.
Well, I don't know what you told him or how the conversation was. Somewhere along the line there was a bit of miscommunication. Or maybe the two of you weren't coherent when you had some of these conversations.
This can't be happening. I can't believe this.
Whatever, Layla. It isn't my problem. I'm sure the two of you will work things out and communicate better from now. I don't want to be involved with you or Pete anymore. Please don't bother me about this again.
Wait. Steve, you can't just ignore me like that.
What's wrong, Layla? We're done. You are the one to say that.
Steve, I know I'm wrong right now. Can we go back to we used to be? We used to be happy, right? Don't you remember that days?
Yeah, I do. I even bought an apartment at the city center in case we would get married.
Really? Why don't you tell me that?
I had been dating for 3 years before you cheated on me. I did love you so much. Actually, I was planning to propose you. I have to save every penny to prepare for our future. I don't even want to buy new clothes and car.
I'm really surprised, Steve. Everyone just knows you are an average guy working at an old factory.
I don't care what others think about me. I just need to do my work. My boss has recently given me a raise, too.
I'm sorry, Steve. Everyone makes faults, you know. Can you forgive me?
No. It's too late, Layla. To be honest, I feel lucky not to marry you. You backstabbed me. Can't imagine if you would be my wife. That's it. We have nothing else to say. Never contact me again. I don't want to see your face. Once Layla and Pete realized the truth about each other's work and income, they broke out into a huge argument. It turns out that what little money they both had was frivolously wasted. Everything including their savings had been used up. In that short month, they spared no expense under the delusion that the other person would be able to cover everything without any problems. On top of their financial problems, apparently Layla's aunt was actually renting the apartment they lived in on their behalf. She'd been receiving a flood of noise complaint from the other tenants of the apartment building, and eventually decided to cancel the lease. Layla and Pete had no choice but to move out of the apartment. It wasn't long after that the two of them filed for a divorce. Poor them,